Welcome to Press Pass. I'm Elizabeth Bauer.
I'm Tyler Drabek.
And I'm Zach Logsdon.
The women's basketball team is headed to the Big 12 tournament this weekend. How do you think the Cowgirls will finish?
Well, with high expectations and hopes for a Big 12 championship this season, it's definitely been one for the record books. Coach Littell's record-setting 65 wins in 3 seasons, including 11 Big 12 wins in 1 season, is something that you have to make note of. I think the Cowgirls could go deep into the NCAA tournament, but they'll be forced to defend the 3-point barrage of Iowa State on Saturday first. Tiffany Bias will play big minutes once again, but she has to find a way to transfer her intensity and explosiveness to her teammates, especially Liz Donahoe and Brittany Martin, who seem to have finally found a groove. If the Cowgirls come out and set the tempo early in all 3 games, they have a good chance to win the Big 12 tournament.
Yeah, I totally agree. They had, the high expectations. Then they started off on fire. They went 16-1. Then the Baylor game, Baylor women came to Stillwater and went to overtime, 69-66 Baylor. And since that point, they've really been struggling. They're 6-6 in their past 12 games. So it's not a must-win. They're in the NCAA tournament, but this Iowa State game, they have to play well to get back on track for the NCAA tournament. And Tiffany Bias is the type of player that really can take you deep into the NCAA tournament.
Baseball season is here, and the Cowboys are 10-2. What are your predictions for the season?
Well, a 10-2 record is definitely something he could be proud of, as Coach Holliday hopes to improve on his 41-19 season last year. But they have 7 games left before starting conference play, and San Diego starts with 3 of those this weekend. They kick off a doubleheader on Friday, only to finish up the series on Sunday, but I think that it should be a good season to watch.
Yeah, Holliday has had a great start to his career, and you couldn't ask for more. They're number 11 in the Big 12 or in the nation right now, the highest-ranked Big 12 team. So I think right now and throughout the season they'll be the favorites, and I think they pull it off. I think they win the Big 12 and make a deep run, maybe even a College World Series run after a pretty lengthy drought.
After a rough few weeks, the Oklahoma State basketball team is wrapping up Big 12 play. What's next for the Cowboys?
Well, after losing 7 straight, everyone is wondering what happened to Coach Ford's team. Starting 14-1 before going into conference play, nobody thought that the team could be shut down for more than 1 or 2 games. But stacked with potential first-round picks and one of the best 3-point shooters in the nation, teamwork is something that the Cowboys have been struggling with. But after making his return, Marcus Smart started against Texas Tech, and they have won every game since then. With only Iowa State left in the way, the Cowboys are still hoping for an NCAA tournament bid. A lot will be on the line Saturday, and Coach Ford and his team know what is required. But the only question left is, will they show up or blow up?
And Tyler, to answer your question, I think they show up. I think they go into Ames, which is a tough place to play, and I think they get a win. The biggest thing to me since Smart's return is his grasp finally of what the point guard position means, and he's stopped looking for the outside shot because he's not a good outside shooter. He's started getting to the paint, and he's become a pure point guard, to where for the first 30 minutes, 35 minutes of a game, he sets everyone else up. He gets Nash involved. He gets Markell. He gets Phil Forte involved. And then for those last 5 minutes, we've seen it against Kansas. We've seen it against Kansas State. He just absolutely takes over the game. And that's something that in the NCAA tournament, and a good comparison for this team, 2011 UConn, the team with Kemba Walker that won the national championship. Smart's not Kemba Walker. He can't score like Kemba Walker, but he affects the game in so many different ways, defensively, rebounding, getting teammates involved, that he can have a Kemba Walker type run, and LeBron and Markell and Phil Forte can all hop on and be as good, or if not better, than UConn's supporting cast that year. So I'm not saying I think that's what's going to happen, but there's a precedent for a deep Big 12 and NCAA tournament run for our Cowboys.
Thanks, guys. That's all we have for you today. I'm Elizabeth Bauer, and thanks for watching Press Pass. Beautiful.
Nice.
That was
a lot
perfect.
better.